You too, man. Look, I'm making another video today because I just felt so inspired. Shout out to None of the Soul. You just inspired this video. I was just watching one of your videos after I finished my last video, and I got something to speak on. Weed was the catalyst for my lust addiction, and I'm not talking about physical sex. I'm talking about corn and masturbation, bruh. Bruh, I could not stop. I could not stop. I was watching part of my last video and I sounded kind of low, so I'm gonna talk a little bit louder on this one because I am button mashing because I'm playing Naruto game. I got about 5 more minutes of this until I start feeling weird, So, yeah, I can't play games for too long. I've been feeling like I ain't doing nothing, but it's all good. I'm healing from that. But yes, weed was the catalyst for my lust addiction. It's like whenever if I was sober, my First Peter 5:8 in the Bible says, "Be sober, state of mind, because the devil is like a roaring lion, waiting to seek who he can devour." Different translations have a couple different words in context, but First Peter 5:8 compares the devil to a roaring lion because when you are not sober, that's when you're at your vulnerable point for sin. You're opening the gates of sin, and that's literally the truth. Like when I was sober, like you could not pay me to fornicate outside of physical sex. Like you could not pay me to watch porn. You could not pay me to masturbate. You could not pay me to touch myself, bro. Like you just couldn't do it. There's no way you could just do it. Like I didn't have the urge to do that. You know what I mean? Like I would be calm in my room, just calm. But I was smoking weed every day, especially at nighttime too. So at nighttime I would always lose the battle. The whole day I would never even think about porn. I would be like surprised that I even would do it the day before. And then I would get high at night, and then I become like a whole different person. It's like my discipline was just nowhere to be found. If I was hungry, I was gonna eat that food, aka gluttony. When I was horny, I was gonna touch myself and watch porn. I'm 25 years old, and I took me 20. I started I started beating my meat when I was 13 years old, and like I stopped. It took me until 24 to stop. Now, granted, when I was in college and I was with girls and stuff, like I would never have the urge to like masturbate because I'm with the girl. I'm having my sexual release. But when I wasn't with the girl, like, and honestly, I've been with a girl ever since I lost my virginity. So I lost my virginity at 19 years old, and I've been with a girl ever since. So like, I never really had like the time or the thought process to beat my meat. There was a couple times where I would feel selfish and I would do it. Like, why would I do that? That's just the devil. I'm just a weak vessel, I'm just a human. But like when I would go through like after I graduated college and I went like a year without like that feminine attention or whatever. The first time I went a year without it. I'm in a year without it now, but I ain't had no girl either, so I've been flourishing honestly. But at that time after I graduated, I fell right back into my sins. I was fucked up for like 2 years, bro. I was fucked up. Even the girl I started fucking with, like, I still fell back into my lust. You know what I mean? And it was that weed. It really is that weed. Cause for me, God hit me with like two birds in one stone. It's like God told like not theoretically, I guess subconsciously. Well, basically like this. God knew my path was if I stopped the weed, I'll stop the porn. And God knew I really wanted to stop the porn. I didn't really want to stop smoking weed, but I really wanted to stop that porn. But God made it to where I would not stop the porn unless I stopped the weed. You know what I mean? So it's like, it was two birds with one stone. Like, so when I finally got the courage to really want to stop smoking weed, I haven't watched porn ever since. The last day I watched porn was like when I smoked weed. I ain't have like no sober beat. That's kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of a sober beat is crazy. For me, it just wouldn't really happen. It was always the weed that was a catalyst to do me into further sin. And I'm not gonna blame the weed because at the end of the day it's me, but the devil got a hold of me because I wasn't in my faith. I wasn't really trying. I was still reading my Bible, but I wasn't Bible thumping. You know what I mean? I was smoking weed. I was plotting on when I could smoke. I was spending all my bread on weed, which is why I'm in the financial deficit right now. I'm working off lost time. I'm healing from the bad decisions I made now. I'm 25 years old and I don't have nearly enough money as I should have had if I just quit my sins earlier. So I'm working off lost time, you know. Weed was the catalyst into my sin. Weed was a catalyst into my porn addiction. You know what I mean? If you come across this video and you're smoking weed, but there's things you have to do in life that you have not yet accomplished, you have to stop smoking weed, bro. Like, I'm not going to be the person sitting there being like, bro, it's smoking weed in moderation. Weed in moderation is a myth. You're either going to do it or you're not. Like, don't even you have to kick it. If you say you love the Lord, there's no reason why you should be smoking weed. Ain't nobody perfect. God says He gonna forgive our sins. No, the Bible tells you, 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, state of mind. The devil is a roaring lion waiting to see who he can devour. And you're in your sin. It doesn't fuck smoking it, man. Fuck eating it. Like, none of that shit matters, bro. Like, you have to genuinely cut out. You have to be sober up here. You can have some wine. You shouldn't be out here practicing drunkenness. Don't drink this being like, I want to get drunk. That's a sin, because now you're opening the door for other sin. You know what I mean? A lot of people who do like psychedelics, they was probably smoking weed first. I mean, I haven't really heard about someone who did psychedelics before they really smoked weed, unless they was a kid and they was influenced and they was kind of not forced into it, but you know what I mean? Like, kind of damn near bullied or punked into it. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, you gonna do it, you soft, you a bitch. Like, that's different. But for like most people like that, weed, it was the catalyst. I don't think weed is a gateway into other drugs. I think weed, not directly, indirectly, I think it is. But directly, I know weed is a gateway into other sin. You know what I mean? For me, that lust and that porn addiction was taking the biggest toll on me. Weed was one thing, but the porn and lust was finishing me, destroyed. Like, I never want to go back to that lifestyle. It's sickening. It's disgusting. I'm almost surprised I used to like watch other people have sex, bro. Like, when you really break it down, it's wicked. It's disgusting. Like, it's disgusting. You got motherfuckers out here who having sex with women and watching porn. Like, bro, you selfish, bro. Like, how could you? And how could I? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just amazing how, like, once you do heal from certain things and you look back, it's like, bro, it's so hard to believe that I was even stuck in that lifestyle. You know what I mean? And I ain't going to sit here and be like I mastered it, because I'm no longer tempted. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to make it seem like I got it all together right now. There's other things I'm working on now. I'm working on overindulgence. I'm working on gluttony. I'm working on my spending. I'm working on, you know what I mean? And those are sins as well. You know what I mean? It's the lack of control. You know what I mean? I love to buy clothes. I love to wear clothes. And I just got to make sure that these clothes aren't my God. Like, not like I feel different in the clothes, but the fact if I see something I like, I feel like I have to buy it, I'll buy it. Like, like, I don't know. Something about me, like, thinking about it in hindsight, upsets my spirit. Like, if I saw a nice pair of jeans, right, and it was for the low, right, but something told me not to get it because, like, where's your self control? But I got it anyway because I had the money and the means to get it. But if I wanted to, like, walk by and be like, nah, if I truly felt like I couldn't step away from that, that's a sin, bro. Because where's my self control at? You know what I mean? Like, just because you want something don't mean you have to get it. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm healing from that. And it's like, that's material things. That's like strictly with clothes. That is not none with people or controlling relationships. Fuck that. I ain't got that in my history. But with clothes, I got to make sure that's not ruling me. You know what I mean? I never really was thinking like that back in the past. Because my past, I was so focused on overcoming porn and weed. When I got that out the way, I'm looking at everything else in my life. It's like, dang, I got a lot of work to do. I'm 25. I'm working on borrowed time. You never know when your life gonna get cut. You never know when this world gonna end. All this wickedness going on right now. So you got to make sure you're doing this self-work now. Like, every day. Like, you have to stay in the truth. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, whatever you believe in. No, you need to believe in God and Jesus Christ. It's the only way. You people who I understand people wasn't raised to believe in that. So, like, it's like me telling you, read this book and it'll save your life. But at the end of the day, like, what else are you going to do? Like, you don't have all the answers. Like, you don't. People who want to hate on the Bible, they never read the Bible. They think the Bible is a whole book telling you that you can't live the life you want. And to an extent, if you happen to be living a wicked life, that is what the Bible is. But it's also Black history. Black history is all throughout the Bible. Our history is the Bible. That's why our enemy has went through so much to, like, change it. You know what I mean? Like, and That's not good. You have to get right within God, within your spirit. It's the only way to break away from your sin. Without God, there's no way I would have stopped my sin. I know. Because the body, we're weak people. Like, we're just human. We're not as strong as we think. Like, you need God. Weed was the catalyst for my lust and porn addiction. It really was. And I'm going to speak on it. Because all you men and you got girlfriends and they know you watching porn, that's wrong. She would much rather you not be doing that. Because I don't care. That's just cheating, bro. I don't care. You ain't fucking nobody physically, but if your dick getting hard as another woman and you busting a nut, that has to be cheap. Like that's not right, bro. That's why your relationships be so fucked up. Because you out of control with your lust. You're not in your body. You're not in your spirit. You in your body. But if you come across a video, get control of yourself. As a man, you have to have self-control and discipline. The best way to get self-control and discipline is to control your man down there. It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. Stop with the drugs. It's fucking your brain up. It's slowing you down. You're not as productive as you would be if you were sober. But you may not know that because when's the last time you lived a sober life? This is before you started. You know what I mean? So you have to truly hate the sin in order for you to stop. Stop with the lust. Stop with the porn. It's going to kill you and you're only going to burn the lake of fire. You're only going to go to hell. You have to make attempts on this every single day. I'm not going to be the person being like, oh, well, I'm not going to try to cater to nobody who don't want to believe. Because if you was to truly sit down and read the Bible for what it was, you would see that I'm 100% correct. But if you don't have that knowledge or the urge to try to gain that type of knowledge, you're only going to reject it because you want to make excuses for the lifestyle you're living and the sin that you're accustomed to. But deep down, you're not truly happy. You never feel like you're satisfied. You know what I mean? Like there's things I want in the world, like material, like, you know what I mean? I want to provide. I want to make money through a business so I can provide for my family. But at the end of the day, that shit don't matter because I know I have God in Jesus Christ. Like if I had everything I wanted in the world, every car, every house, the family, everything, but God told me to have that or me, I'm choosing God every time. Most of y'all be saying that, but y'all don't really believe that. Y'all don't really believe that. Y'all don't really believe that. You have to hate the lifestyle of sin. You have to hate sin in order for you to truly heal. Porn and masturbation was the effect of me having no discipline with marijuana. Weed was the catalyst for my porn and masturbation addiction. It's the truth. It's the truth. You come across the video, God bless you, and I wish you the best on your journey. I was supposed to be talking kind of louder in this, but hey, like, when it's kind of hard to remember that as you talking and flowing, but it is what it is. You come across this video, God bless you. Just Stand TV.